Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's having a nice, peaceful Sunday. It is 11 o'clock here in Tennessee, in the South here. And, it rained all day yesterday. I had a good time with my family. And went downtown Nashville, had some lunch, and saw a comedy show. And now I'm going to share some comments with y'all. If you haven't found me on Facebook yet, just type in Joe Sins Rare Elvis Photos, and you'll find me over there. And so let's get started. Cecile is the first person that left a comment, and it's actually on my conversation with Desiree Presley, part 1, when I actually spoke with Desiree. And that's the video. If you want to find all my videos, it's pretty simple. You just click on Rare Elvis Photos below the video you're watching right now, and that'll take you to my page. And then you're going to click on Playlists and pick whatever video series you want to watch. And if you sort by oldest to newest, that's how you're going to be able to view them from first to last. Okay. All right. So let's get to reading, and we're going to do some of my Elvis tribute songs in here as well, like I always do on these comment videos. I decided to revisit Albert Goldman's book, and the years he is describing are earlier than Desiree's birth date, but it does say this. Okay? Persistent rumors in Shreveport suggest that Elvis may have gotten a girl pregnant during this reckless time. Okay, so here's what we know. According to the Are You Lonesome Tonight book, that Derry Matera tracked down Desiree first, and then Lucy, and then basically, and he'll admit this, he kind of hounded her for 4 years. She didn't want to write the book. She did not want to do this. So they met, according to Lucy, in 1953. So I know you, Cecile, says that the time period is earlier than Desiree's birthday. That would make sense. Desiree's birth date is 1958. But if we're to believe that the Are You Lonesome Tonight book is factual, which I believe it is, they met in 1953, and they were intimate in 1953. All right, so here you go. So persistent rumors in Shreveport suggest that Elvis may have gotten a girl pregnant during this reckless time. There's no way of verifying or disproving this tale. The woman is supposed to have had the baby, a girl, and subsequently married a man who had money and doesn't want any unpleasant memories being stirred up after all of these years. That definitely sounds like Lucy. She didn't want, first off, she's trying to protect Elvis, and then also she would also be trying to protect herself and her family and her new children. So anyways, very, very interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up. I've got that book, and I've thought about reading it all the way through for everybody, and just proving some things and defending Elvis, and I may still do that. But I'm glad you brought that point up. In fact, Derry did mention something that even Albert Goldman talked about it. So, and he was supposedly the let's go back here. Priscilla calls Elvis the devil. She explains her love-hate relationship. And R5000 says, I'm reading a book, and I'm shocked at how many lies Priscilla has been telling since her youth. I don't think it's entirely her fault. I really feel like Paul Bobblehead had a direct hand in Elvis's early death. It's disgusting how he literally threatened Elvis until he married Priscilla, when she was running wild with other men since her teens. Now, I'm also certain that she was a victim of many years of abuse at the hands of Paul Bobblehead. Why Priscilla speaks so favorably of her parents is hard to understand. A good point there, and your opinion is a valid opinion. He definitely was a drinker. There was people that did say that she was scared of him. Her mother totally failed her. The Bobbleheads are responsible for Elvis's passing. Lisa Marie's and her son Ben. They were responsible for all of it. Of course, we wouldn't have Lisa, we wouldn't have Ben if it wasn't for that. I mean, we would have somebody else. We would still have Desiree, which, I've got to reach out to Desiree. I think that she just, in the Elvis world, I think she doesn't want to get threatened by Scientology. I think that, it's been forever, and she still has not had a way to really verify her claims. Yeah, she can probably verify that she has Presley blood in her. That wouldn't prove it to anybody. Anybody that doesn't believe, they wouldn't care. They would say, "Oh, my cousin's got Presley blood." 17th cousin. That doesn't make her Elvis's daughter. That just makes her Elvis's 42nd cousin on the twice removed on the list. Hey, Mary. Mary Campbell says, I believe she sold a jewelry box that Elvis gave her on Valentine's Day, 1968. All right, let's get to playing some tribute music here and continue reading these phenomenal comments. Thank you so much. Obviously, you see the heart and you see the light. That means I've already read it. Okay?
Would the world still be painted black and white if that Technicolor voice had never sung? Would Pat Boone still be the hunk of burning love? Would the world have ever heard Ray Charles or James Brown if Elvis Presley's folks hadn't moved to Memphis town? We went from 0 to 100 miles per hour, from just a seed to a field of golden flowers, from horse and buggy to a rocket ship. Elvis did that with a shake of his hips. Some people try to say he stole his sound. Elvis just sang from down within his soul. With just his voice he broke the great divide between all music that was black and white. B.B. King and Little Richard thanked him. Elvis took the racist world and changed them. We went from 0 to 100 miles per hour, from just a seed to a field of golden flowers, from horse and buggy to a rocket ship. Elvis did that with the shake of his hips. Hips. This world would look like a different place if we never got to gaze on Elvis' face. We went from 0 to 100 miles per hour, from just a seed to a field of golden flowers, from horse and buggy to a rocket ship. Elvis did that with the shake of his hips. Yes, Elvis did that with the shake of his hips. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Cheryl Wintle, glad to have you here. Glad you made it to the end. M-I-T-T-E, made it to the end. Priscilla calls Elvis the Devil video. We all expect the same things that Angel Elvis Carrara. Cool, very cool. All right, let's roll with another song here while the comments continue to roll. And like I said last time, remember, if it's got a heart and a like, I've already read it. That way you know that I have seen your comments. I don't put anything on a comment video that I haven't either read or responded.
Sit down in any diner in small town USA. You're sure to get a friendly "How are you?" then "Have a good day." Yes, ma'am, you do too. You'll hear most of us saying, and there's sure to be an Elvis song playing. 'Cause Elvis is America. He bled red, white, and blue. He served his country proudly, and a lot of you did too. That's why he's still in coffee shops and on the radio, in your living rooms and on some late night show. As sure as Ford and Chevy makes a truck, Elvis is America. And every child who says his prayers at night, and every dream a dreamer dreams that ever comes to life, there's a piece of the man who dared to reach, just like the U.S. Army says to be all you can be. 'Cause Elvis is America. He bled red, white, and blue. He served his country proudly, and a lot of you did too. That's why he's still in coffee shops and on the radio, in your living rooms and on some late night show. As sure as Ford and Chevy makes a truck, Elvis is America. He was just like you and me. He never forgot that. Each time he sang American Trilogy. 'Cause Elvis is America. He bled red, white, and blue. He served his country proudly, and a lot of you did too. That's why he's still in coffee shops and on the radio, in your living rooms and on some late night show. As sure as Ford and Chevy makes a truck, Elvis is America. As sure as Ford and Chevy makes a truck, Elvis is America.
Shot up like a firework in 1954, when everything on records and TV was a bore. Locks of hair falling down over his sullen eyes, hips twisting in and out, and didn't even realize he was every daddy's nightmare and every daughter's dream. Those mothers didn't know they should have those girls to scream. Right along beside them as all the cameras flashed. Without Elvis, there's no Orbison, Jerry Lee, or Cash. He was straight out of Tupelo, the Memphis Flash. The institution tried to ban him, cops lined up at shows. They said, "Shake it one more time, son, we'll see how your headline goes." But Elvis, he just stood there, wiggling his one finger. They still screamed and rushed the stage for their favorite singer. He was every daddy's nightmare and every daughter's dream. Those mothers didn't know they should have those girls to scream. Right along beside them as all the cameras flashed. Without Elvis, there's no Orbison, Jerry Lee, or Cash. He was straight out of Tupelo, the Memphis Flash. Soon tried to ban him, cops lined up at shows. They shake it one more time, son. We'll see how your story goes. But Elvis, he just stood there wiggling his one finger. They still screamed and rushed the stage for their favorite rockin' singer. He was every daddy's nightmare and every daughter's dream. Those mothers can know they should have their nose screen. Right along beside them is all the cameras flashed. Without Elvis there'd be no Jerry Lee or Johnny Cash. He was straight out of Tupelo, Memphis Flash. He still makes them cry and smile to this very day. There will never be another Elvis. Mark the words here that I say. He was every daddy's nightmare and every daughter's dream. Those mothers didn't know they should have those girls to scream. Right along beside them as all the cameras flashed. Without Elvis there's no Orbison, Jerry Lee or Cash. He was straight out of Tupelo, the Memphis Flash. He was straight out of Tupelo, Elvis, the Memphis Flash.
All right, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. I know it's Sunday, and I may still get an opportunity to read some and put it on the channel. We still have to continue reading the Elvis June book. I started back up the Elvis, Linda, and Jeannie book, Jeannie LeMay. Hey, Belinda Owens, that's a good one coming from the Pride of Satan. Elvis didn't lose his wedding ring; he threw it as far as that sucker, threw that sucker as far as he could. Yeah, you know, that's what I think Billy Smith said, is Elvis threw his wedding ring in the lake. Happy marriage, right? Love of their lives, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can have arguments here and there, but gosh, she said in that book that we were reading, Child Bride, that there was happy times, though there were few. Doesn't sound like somebody that really values and cherishes those experiences. Hey, Nancy, the person who wrote this book said they lost their wedding ring when she was riding on a horse. Yeah, so I read this comment, and yeah, there's a lot of discrepancies between what Priscilla said, what Suzanne said, what Priscilla said later, all that stuff. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to close it with a song, and then we'll see you later on.
The shadow of the king still haunts the Memphis night. In the dimming southern light, Graceland comes alive. He walks those southern halls, his footsteps fall and fall, until those gates up front swing wide and bring his fans inside. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. Memories like a song keeps the king walking on. He is still amazed. We love him to this day. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night, day after day, night after night.